care. I mean, my employees, and we grieve when they get sick. I mean, we're out there, we're doing everything we can to keep that calf alive and growing healthy, and as they progress, they're our livelihood, so we take care of it.
Because of that care, a Colorado cow will produce 4 times more milk than her great-great-grandmother did in the 1950s.
Cows in Colorado are healthy and well taken care of, and the proof is that they are leading the country in production per cow.
How do they do it? Well, dairy farm families employ a team of specialists to care for the cows, including nutritionists and veterinarians. They also use the latest technology to track a cow's well-being.
Oh, technology is huge. You cannot manage this many animals without technology. I know more about any particular cow on any given day than I know about my own children's vaccinations.
Chapter 3, Earth Caretakers. Dairy farm families understand the importance of protecting their land. It's not only where they farm, it's where they live.
We're the only stewards of the land, and it's our job, it's our obligation, it's our livelihood.
Since today's cows are more productive, there are fewer of them, 60% fewer, which means
the impact on the natural resources of this country, land and water, has been decreased because of a lot less acres required to produce that amount of milk.
And Colorado has books of regulations protecting the natural resources that dairy farm families use. The families work tremendously hard with state, local, and federal authorities to ensure they are in compliance with the law.
They know me on a first-name basis, know what my cell phone is, and they will call me night or day and ask those questions.
And best of all, dairy farmers continue their work as the original recyclers.
Circle of life is really important on a dairy farm. A cow's going to eat a lot of food, and so she's able to turn most of that food into milk that we harvest, and then the leftovers are what we end up with fertilizer. We take that out, we apply it to a field,
and that grows into a crop that feeds the cow, and the circle of life continues. Family owned and operated, cow caregivers, and earth caretakers. Just 3 reasons you can feel good about our Colorado dairy farms. The end.
So with that, I'm going to turn the mic over to Mary Kraft. Thank you for coming today, Mary.
Okay, well, lovely to be here. Thank you very much for inviting me. And what a treat, because I love talking about cows. I love talking about milk. I love talking about what we do to provide something that's safe and wholesome and nutritious for your family and for all the people that come into your life. So thank you for inviting me here. I want to tell you a little bit about me, and I think that probably we've been through parts of it. One correction that I need to make is that we don't deliver 25 to 35 babies a year. We deliver 25 to 35 babies a day. So we're larger in our maternity ward than our local hospital is. So that creates a whole variety of issues. And I'll talk about how we've sort of divided up what everybody's going to do so we make sure that all of those bases are covered. First, I'm going to talk a little bit about dairying in Colorado. There are 124 dairy farms in the state of Colorado. This is down from about 600 cows or 600 dairies that we had just 10 years ago. So we've gotten a lot more concentrated on the specific industry or the specific facilities that we have. And I think that this is actually a good thing, and we'll also talk about that a little bit later in terms of how we parcel up what we're going to do. But I think the cows have a really good quality of life, even though they're on slightly larger facilities. We have a dairy in Fort Morgan, Colorado. We're out on the northeastern plains, and the whole purpose for us being out there is we're a long ways from where most people are. So if our cows smell, we keep that to ourselves. And we're also lovely economic development for some of these rural communities. In fact, in our community, we've got Luprino Foods, which does the manufacture portion of the dairy products. So we make our good stuff, goes directly to Leprino's. Leprino's makes mozzarella cheese, so if any of you guys are pizza-aholics, probably comes from Leprino and most likely from Colorado, because part of what we're trying to do too as being good stewards of the environment with our cooperative and how we market our milk is making sure that our milk goes the shortest possible distance to market. So for instance, my dairy is located 1.5 miles from Leprino's. Okay, so I can't get much closer than that. Trying to get it where it's the absolute freshest when it goes to that place to be handled and turned into whatever products we need, but also that you know, we don't have a lot of transportation costs to get it to the correct locations as well. Little about our land, and I think the land for us is hugely important. This whole conference is about sustainability and what is it that we can do to make sure that we're still here, the world is still here, the cows have a wonderful environment, and so we're very careful about what it is that we do with the land. I think of the story of the goose that laid the golden egg, right? If you remember this story, there was a poor couple and they came up with a goose, and the goose was laying a golden egg each and every day. And they were thinking that this was fantastic. And at some point they decided that they could like kill the goose and get all of the golden eggs, because there must have been a whole bunch of them inside of the goose. Well, you know the story, as soon as they killed the goose, obviously they killed the golden egg. And I think of the land the same way. If you don't take care of it, it's not here for the future. And we're very careful about all of that. And a lot of the nutrients that we gather from our cow, obviously they're going to make milk, they also make the other part of their daily activities, and that's manure. And that goes out onto the land, and that's what helps us grow really healthy, strong plants. Tell you a little bit about our family. This is my husband, Chris, of 25 years. He's got a degree in animal science. So from both of us, you have a high level of education, a high level of dedication to the animal industry. We have 2 kids, Jordan and Stratton. Our son Stratton is at Kansas State University, and he's studying pre-med. Our daughter Jordan is at University of California. She's studying plant biotechnologies. One of the things that she's working on currently is lignin. Lignin is something that helps stalks on plants stay up straight, okay? So on a wheat plant where you're trying to get a big heavy head of grain, because obviously the more productive your field is, that's better. So if it's got a heavy head of grain and it's got a weak stalk, it falls over and you can't harvest it, it didn't matter that you had fantastic grain production. Okay, so she's working on making strong stalks. At the same time, she's also working on a project in corn where they can actually digest more of the lignin in the stalk, because it does stay up straight, but almost too straight where the cow can't get into that nutrition. So she's working on both ends of the spectrum. So we're using a lot of science and technology to try and come at solving the puzzle that we have for creating great nutrition for these cows and making sure that we're treating the environment the best possible way as we're doing it. Our farm today, this is Quail Ridge Dairy. This is the one that we started in 2007. Really lovely little facility. We're so thrilled with this one because it gave us a lot of economies, both for us and for the cows. One of the things that happened when we did this particular facility is the cows only are in the holding pen for about half an hour. So if I were picking a life to have, you go to work for an hour and a half a day. How many of you guys would like that? Okay, so the cow has a very small amount of time that she's actually out of her pen away from food. And the food that we have is actually catered directly to that cow, and it's mixed by a PhD nutritionist. So he was very careful, just like you guys all are, about extrapolating all of the different nutrients that are in there and matching that to the actual needs of the cow and delivering that to the cow. So we're really careful about what those animals get. Our milk goes to town in a semi-tanker like this. This one actually only hauls about 6,000 gallons. The new ones that we have haul 8,000 gallons. So that's one of the things that we're doing in terms of reducing our carbon footprint, is that we can send 50% more milk to market in the same amount of truck. In fact, there's more brakes on the road, more rubber on the road. So in terms of tearing up the roads, we've displaced that more. It's safer because you've got more brakes because you've got more wheels on the road. So really cool developments that we're coming up with, technologies that are in the dairy industry, not totally associated with how the cow's functioning, but certainly big parts of how we're moving forward. The freeze stall that you see down on the bottom right-hand corner